Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning and welcome everyone to the Dark Roast. I am Donna Stroll and I am here with the lovely and talented Rose Short. And so today's talk is going to be about affiliate marketing places. So things like ClickBank and Digistore and stuff like that. And whether or not they're still relevant, especially, coming into 2025, because the landscape changes regularly. So
That it does. Although I would say that a lot of the products that are on there are products that have been there for quite a while. So they tend not to die because they're usually fixing problems that a lot of people in the population have or believe they have.
yeah, absolutely. So today we're going to dig into some pros, some cons, some key stats that are about it, and strategies that will help you make some informed decisions on whether or not you're going to use it and how to best utilize it. So, you want to
Yes.
start us off?
Yes. So, pros of affiliate marketplaces, again, things like ClickBank or Digistore24, they are very easy entry for beginners, right? You're not trying to pitch to brands to find out if they have an affiliate program or if they're willing to have an affiliate program. You just sign up and start promoting. It's typically free to sign up, and many products do offer that high commission. And they also tend to have email swipes, marketing tools, stuff like that. So it's a really good way to get into the business from the get-go. There's a huge variety of products. ClickBank alone has 4,000 or more across multiple niches, and then Digistore24 operates in 25 countries with a very strong European presence. Warrior Plus is another one. So there's a lot of them out there. It also gives creators a chance to put their product on the platform and maybe make extra sales that way. A lot of them do have recurring commissions, so you can sell things like software, memberships, stuff like that. A lot of them are health and wellness or weight loss related, and we all know weight loss is a huge industry here in the U.S. So often, if something is working, people are going to keep taking it, especially if it's like a cleanse or a juice or something like that. Again, they usually have the done for you swipes, so done for you sales funnels as well. You don't have to learn how to build out a funnel or do an autoresponder or anything like that. That's all taken care of. So you're not necessarily keeping the lead, but you are able to utilize all those tools. And then, there is a potential for passive income, or what we call passive in the affiliate marketing space. Is once you set it up, once you have your link and you have your affiliate code into the product or the page, then you can point to it in multiple sources. So blogs, SEO, YouTube, Facebook posts, Instagram videos, stuff like that can all lead back to that.
Yeah, and that's so that really helps make it easier for people who are beginners, especially people who just want, are just looking into it. They don't want to put a big investment. This really does help you do that, right? But there are some challenges and there are, obviously some cons as well. Market saturation is a big one because certain niches like weight loss, or biz opportunities, spirituality, there are tons of affiliates, within that. And it's harder to stand out unless you are able to provide some sort of unique value. So maybe it's a product that you've used, right? So you can use personal case studies, either your own or others. You can do reviews, that sort of thing. And there's definitely some quality control issues, right? So ClickBank has a history of low quality, overhyped products. So you really need to make sure that you're doing your research because buyers do become skeptical. Refund rates can be as high as 30% in some niches. So be aware that just because you made a sale doesn't mean it's going to stay a sale. If you're looking at 30%, that's pretty high. And they do have some really strict paid ad policies. Many of their products, like we talked about last time, violate Facebook and Google ad policies. So things like with the before and afters, you can't do that. And so people do that and then they lose their ClickBank account, right? And you need to rely on your organic marketing and, your ads. Yeah,
Mhm.
it if you're going to do your organic marketing, it's really important for you to be thinking about evergreen stuff because your Facebook is going to scroll too fast. And um, unless you are really strongly pushing in towards that product, it can be super challenging. And then it really limits your branding opportunities, right? So if you really want to build out a brand because you're using a marketplace like ClickBank or Digistore or one of the other ones, um, your branding is not going to really be forefront. It's going to be their business branding because it's not going to match yours, most likely, right? Maybe it will, or maybe you can build your brand around whatever it is you're promoting, but just know that it's going to limit your branding abilities. So, yeah. So those are just a few of the cons that we have on that. Um, so, and this is one for you because stats, right? Those are your numbers.
Love my stats. I think we've talked about this one before, but affiliate marketing is a $17 billion industry and it's projected to continue to grow and hit 20 billion by 2027. 16% of all e-commerce sales worldwide come from affiliate marketing, which is up from, I believe, 9% a couple years ago.
Yeah, so
Uh,
it's huge.
yeah. High ticket affiliate programs actually are outperforming low ticket ones, which does make sense. A lot of your low ticket ones are, you start with a free challenge and it's people who aren't really committed. And so they get burned out. But more and more people are realizing that online income is super important, especially as our landscape and the jobs and whatnot is changing drastically in the last few years. Just even when they started trying to bring people back to the office, a lot of people said screw that and went to learning online income. So it makes sense. People are investing in themselves a lot more,
Yeah.
which is good. It's good for everybody. And then SEO based sites they generate millions. Some earning 10K months or more just from organic traffic. And that's why there for a while, everyone was talking about how to get to 10K months because that was the magic number.
Yeah.
And like for a lot of people, 10K is above and beyond what they want, right? Most people are looking at like 500 to 3,000 just to offset some bills and not be, as worried about their paycheck. But once you start with those smaller goals and then you're able to scale it, it becomes very easy to hit those 10Ks.
Yeah. I mean, once you figured out how to do it, right? That's always the hardest part. And that's why, like we have said many times, affiliate marketing is an excellent way to build out additional income, but it is not an easy path, right? It looks easy because the concept is very straightforward. Find something you like, promote it like you would at, you buy something, you tell your friends and, hey, this is awesome. And it sounds really simple, but it's not as simple as that because we're not all natural born salesmen. So it is a skill that you have to learn.
Yes.
And as we talked about just above there about how not everything there is all that awesome, right? In these marketplaces. So you want to try and avoid some, poor quality affiliate programs. So you want to check the refund and chargeback rates because they should show you that, right? So you want to avoid products obviously with over 15% refund rates because obviously that's unhappy customers, and we talked about it with customer service and everything else. You want to keep your customers happy because you want them to come back to you and to trust you. Um, ClickBank does show a gravity score, which, higher is better. And the refund percentages. A lot of times that's hidden unless you ask the vendors, but do your research. As with everything, you want to do your research, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then you want to look for real customer reviews, not the fake ones, because that is, there are programs that actually make them for you, right? These reviews, and that's not. So you want to Google the product name of whatever it is that you're looking to possibly affiliate for, and then check things like Trustpilot, Reddit, forums. Don't just go with the first, blog that comes across or whatever. You do actually have to dig deeper. Reddit is actually they're harsh, but they're pretty good. Like you can, people will give their very honest opinion. So,
Oh yeah.
and always, keep an eye out for those fake positive reviews. Because if everything is this is awesome, then maybe you're not getting the real story. Um, so you can even search negative reviews. You can specifically ask for negative reviews to help round out your research to see what complaints people actually do have. Because maybe the complaints are things that are not necessarily product related, but maybe they're service related or something like that. Something that you can work around, or something that's not really a concern for you when you're promoting. So that's a good way to do it. And obviously test your product, right? If you're not using it, how can you affiliate for it? So I mean, yeah, that means an investment from you, but every business requires investment. Brick and mortar stores put a lot of money into their stores, to be able to promote to you. So you've got to put in a little bit of effort as well, right? So
But yeah, and if you're not willing to invest into it, how can you expect, your ideal client to?
yeah, and how can you give honest information if you don't know what it is that you're actually promoting? It's very difficult, and people will see through that if you're not honest, right?
Oh yeah.
Um, and then what else we got here? So, reviewing the affiliate terms and payment structure, because some of them are really low. Some of them may take 45, 50 days to pay out. Some may be last click. So you may have done all the work to get somebody there, and then somebody else clicked and bought, and then you don't get that commission anymore. So that's really important. You want to make sure that you're choosing ones that have clear payment policies and that are fair commission structures. And I mean, it doesn't hurt to ask other people as well, other people who maybe are promoting the same thing, what their opinion is of it, right? And I do strongly suggest longevity, at least a few months, maybe a year in, so that you can see if it's still viable. Because there's been a few where, we've seen, oh, it's amazing. And, join, and it's amazing. And yeah, you get paid, and they pay like one or two, and then they screw you over.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, and the marketplaces usually have a different payment structure than the affiliate program too. So pay attention to that. Some of them have minimums. You can choose the minimum payout from the marketplace and things like that. But then usually, I know with ClickBank, there's if you don't reach the minimum within like a year, it starts charging you a maintenance fee basically for holding on to the money until the money's gone.
I know the Zazzle does the same thing.
Yeah. Which makes
They
sense,
don't
right?
they
They
don't
want to
charge
make
you a
sure that,
maintenance fee so much. They charge you like a store fee,
yeah.
right? So they'll take that out of whatever's sitting in, because they have a minimum payout of like $50 or something like that, which doesn't seem like that much, but if you're not selling it, right?
Yep.
Yeah. What else is there? Oh, yeah, stick to high ticket or recurring. Because not you don't necessarily have to try and sell high ticket if you don't want to. I mean, they always say that a $500 sale takes as much effort as a $20 sale, which technically, yes, but not always. People are more willing to spend less. So it depending on what it is you're promoting. If you think you can sell a lot more of a lower ticket item, then that's up to you. Um, but recurring is a big one. So
Yeah.
a lot of the vitamin ones and the juice ones are subscription services for, like, if you're spirituality, maybe it's like meditation things, or astrology or something like that, where people can get into a subscription-based situation. That's a good way to, lead to long-term customers, and also to have a more stable income. So,
Yeah.
and then we've done a whole thing on this, is check your compliance and legal standings, right? Not all make money online situations are awesome, right? So like weight loss products can violate advertising laws. They can, and a lot of them are flash in the pan. and they're just playing off the insecurities and stresses of people who are overweight. So really do your research. As always, do your research. We get excited about things and we don't dig deep. And I might dig too deep. I might spend too much time researching, but I'd rather have that knowledge behind me so that I can say, yeah, no, I'm not into it. And verify that your products do comply with the regulating bodies from which they are, a part of. So like your FTC or, even your FDA, all those kinds of things, making sure that they actually are following the guidelines that are necessary for whatever it is that you're selling.
Love it. All right, so best marketplaces by region. ClickBank, obviously, we talk about a lot because it is a huge one here in the US. It's usually almost every single course that I've been through mentions ClickBank at some point. Great for digital products, online courses, biz offers, weight loss, like you said. They know they expanded a little bit. There's some green products, which I saw that, because we talked about, sustainability and whatnot a couple weeks ago. But so there's a lot of different opportunities there. Digistore24 is bigger in the EU. It's a mix of digital and physical products again. CJ Affiliate, which is Commission Junction, is a lot of trusted brands and high quality offers. So it might take a little bit longer to get a sale, but it's brands that people at least can recognize.
Yeah.
Share a Sale is a good one. I've never personally used it, but it's great for e-commerce, lifestyle, and software as a service.
It's a little bit harder to get into as well, just so that you're aware. It's not like ClickBank where you can just basically sign up, and as long as your country is agreeable, it will let you in. I know that it is a little bit more of a challenge to get in. You might have to have some things set up and in place first.
Gotcha. Yeah, and even some of the ones within ClickBank and Digistore24 will require like another level of approval, basically, from the vendor. So Rakuten is a great one. I actually use that one. It's got a lot of brand and global reach, and it's a great way to get money back as well as advertise stuff. So love that one. Max Bounty, a CPA network focused on lead gen and finance offers, which is good if you're looking at like the personal finance niche. Sorry. And then more accessible options for kind of India, Asia, Africa. V-Commission is a leading one in India. Admitted is strong in Russia, India, and emerging markets. Warrior Plus, which we talked about, is similar to ClickBank, but with lower restrictions. So not as many things that you have to try to get approval for. And then as a vendor, I don't think their process is quite as stringent either. ClickBank, I know, just updated their terms of service for vendors to make sure that they are adhering to restrictions and standards across the globe. So
That's good. That's great. That's a good thing
yeah.
to hear, because I know that it was getting a little bit spammy in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. 𝐒𝐥𝐸, another one that's popular for digital products. Quality really varies on that one though, so really do your research before you start promoting from there. Amazon Associates, of course, we know is a big one, but it's really easy to get removed as an Amazon Associate, and the commissions are usually pretty low. And then regional affiliate programs. So, reach out to brands you like if you're not finding anything on any of these sites. Just be like, hey, look, like I really love your shoes, and like I really want to promote your shoe brand because I have this running channel, but like you guys don't have an affiliate program. Would you be willing to work something out with me, right? Or like if someone mentions my name, can you give them a discount, kind of thing? Those kind of things really, really help. We live in a day and age where people are scared to ask things, but usually if you ask, like, the worst that can happen is they're going to say no, and that's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Or, they'll say yes, then all of a sudden you've brought more value to your, followers and your ideal customers because now they get a percentage off if they mention you. So it's a win-win.
Yeah. So it's nice to see that there are options that are not just North American or European centered, because there's a lot of people from all over the world in many areas of, all the continents across our world who are looking to go online. And so there's opportunities available for them. You're just going to have to do some research. Now, ClickBank is pretty open to the world, but there are still certain countries that are just a no-go, right? And so you need to look and see if maybe there's something that's more viable in your area, where you can still build out your affiliate marketing business without the stress. And you can always talk to, if you're going to be joining maybe a coaching or a teaching program or something like that, or some other make money online program, education, see if there's opportunities with them that they're willing to work with you in your country. If there's workaround that you can work with them. Like you say, it doesn't hurt to ask, because you never know, right? The worst they can do is say no. Well, actually, the worst they can do is just not answer you. But either way, you're not losing anything. You only have the opportunity to gain. So there are some ways to make these marketplaces work for you. First one is to choose, obviously, some high quality and evergreen products, things that are not going to be flash in the pans or going to disappear. Prioritize your products with low refund rates, preferably less than 10%. And if you're using ClickBank, high gravity, so over 30%. Or over 30 on ClickBank, and you want evergreen niches like health, wealth, relationships, software, education. These are pretty standard ones, and then you can niche down within those, or you can keep it a wider niche and add several products within that niche, right? And then build authority, Avi, right? So we talk about this all the time. You're going to build out your authority online before you're really promoting. So you're going to build out who you are, your brand, what what you're doing, what you're about. So if you're really into the health and wellness, then you're going to have to provide some information. You're going to have to make sure that your content is always geared towards that. And then you can introduce the products that you're trying to promote or the services that you're trying to promote. Because if you just jump right out of the gate with buy my shit, you're just another voice in the crowd. So make it so that they're actually listening to you first, and then you can say buy my shit. But maybe not like that.
Well, especially if you're doing the same content as everybody else, right? If you're just copying what's working for other people, then yeah, you're definitely just gonna have a face in the sea of faces doing it. So
Yeah. So number 3 would be, leverage your bonuses and unique angles. So obviously, things like offer exclusive bonuses. Maybe you've got custom templates, or, if you're selling a coaching program, maybe you create an ebook or some checklists or something like that, or offer some one-to-one time with you outside, above and beyond whatever you're promoting. Things like that, so that you can make yourself different from the other people that are selling, right? So if there's one area of whatever it is you're selling that you really excel at, maybe you have extra experience or education or skills, build a little something around that you can add as a bonus. That's maybe not going to take a lot of time for you. So I wouldn't say like offer like a whole week of on hand holding, but maybe you provide some extra resources for them to help them, if they decide to take or purchase from you something that's going to help them even more, you know, even if it's just like a schedule or a journal or something like that, right?
for sure.
Yeah. And then you can use your paid ads with the lead magnets, because a lot of them provide lead magnets for you as well. And if they don't, you've created one, you can use your paid ads to direct people to that, which is then going to lead them over. And then, check your funnel structures, make sure that they are falling through, and also check to see if it's actually working. As always, you check your analytics, check your metrics, make sure, tweak what you need to.
Well, and test before you send. Make sure
Yep.
that like your links are working properly. I had an instance one time where I was convinced that everything was working properly, and I had the wrong link in where my affiliate link should have been. So any sales that I made from that particular campaign, I didn't actually see because I had someone
Aw,
else's link.
that's terrible. But I
It was
mean,
a learning experience.
that's right, exactly. I mean, we all make mistakes. We all do things that, we think is going to be awesome, and then we go to it and we're like, "Oh, okay."
Mhm.
Oops, right? So don't ever get too disheartened if you do make a mistake. Just learn and grow. Mistakes are
Mhm.
opportunities. They're nothing more than that. They're just opportunities for learning and growing and building and doing more. So, and then like you had mentioned earlier, consider private affiliate programs, right? So, if it's not working, or if if there's not something, or you see something that you really like and you want to promote it and you can't see an affiliate program, just reach out, you know?
Mhm.
So, and then there's lots of different ones. And like, say you're using a software, right? And you really like it and it works for you, just check and see if they have an affiliate program, because a lot of them do. Maybe you didn't realize that it had an affiliate program, and you go and check and it's like, oh, well, so they do. Excellent. Let me add that on there. So,
And again, if they don't, reach out.
yep. Maybe they never thought about it before. And like we said before, not all affiliate programs are the same. So maybe they do, but they're just going to give you something off of your monthly fee, right? So especially if it's a software or something that you're using on the regular and you're paying a monthly fee, maybe, but they'll say, well, you know what? You promote us and we'll give you, 20% off of your renewal rate. Cool, thanks. So,
Yeah, so there's definitely still a spot for them in affiliate marketing, especially for anybody who's maybe looking at not being face forward with their marketing, as in like, faceless YouTube channels, faceless Instagrams, fan page Instagrams, theme page Instagram, stuff like that. They're a really good opportunity for you to make some money without anyone even knowing it's you. Pinterest is a good way to use this as well. Find a product in ClickBank, make pins for it, pin them. So there's lots of different things you can do. Just be really cognizant of how you want to go about marketing them before getting started, I think is really the key takeaway there.
yeah, and definitely making sure that you're following the rules set out by the affiliates programs that maybe you've picked through the marketplace. Read through and see what rules they have about how you're allowed to market that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they are really great for beginners. The marketplaces are really great for beginners because they have everything set up for you,
Yeah.
right? So if you're just jumping in feet first and you're like, gotta run, you don't want to go through all the hassle. And learn how to do all these things, or you want to take your time to learn to do those things, but you still want to get started now, marketplaces are a great way for you to do that because a lot of the stuff is built out for you. If you're more experienced, you're going to want to focus more on your SEO, list building, and private programs for higher earnings. So it can still be viable, but know that any addresses that you get are not going to be yours unless you run them through, like you build out your funnel and run them through that way, so that you can capture their email address before they move on to your products. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's a good way too to, have the actual follow-up sequence built out, that a lot of these products give you anyway.
Yeah. So things like we said, you want to research your top offers in your niche. If you haven't picked a niche, um, that's your first goal. You might just want to look and see what resonates with you first. Go and look through the marketplace and see what actually resonates with you, not by the dollars, but what actually aligns with your values. Start there, because if you try to build a niche just around how much money it's going to make you, especially if you're first starting out, it's not going to work for you, right? Because you're just going to be like, nope, I feel like crap doing this and I don't want to do this. And it doesn't give you any passion or purpose, you know? So,
Yeah.
and then, yeah, you want to do your content marketing. So your YouTubes, your blogs, your, whatever social media platform that you're particularly using, any of those. That's where your content's going to go, especially for long term. You want to at least try to have at least one evergreen place. So either your blog or your YouTube or website or however you want to do that. You want to have at least one evergreen content place, and then you can do your social medias, which spin through pretty fast. And then, yeah, test, right? Alternative affiliate programs. So high ticket, SAS, all those kinds of things. Test them, find out what works best for you. So it's pretty straightforward. So yes, still relevant. There are some changes being done. There are some rules. So it's important that you do your research because just like anything else, there is potential to get scammed. There is potential to be promoting stuff that is scammy, which is going to definitely put a damper on you and the trust that people are going to have with you. So just make sure that you're doing it right. And they're everywhere, right? So if you don't find one for your country, just look around because, there's probably an affiliate marketplace that does work with your country and that can also work within the North America because obviously a lot of countries do want to have buyers from Europe and North America, even if they're maybe not from that area. So,
For sure.
So what would you like to talk about next week, my lady?
Thinking using affiliate links and free downloads and ebooks and how to monetize your giveaways.
There you go. Because, yeah, we constantly talk about having those lead magnets. So let's talk about how we can turn that freebie into some cash.
Yeah.
All right. I think that is everything, and that is all for today, folks. If there's anything that you would like us to talk about, by all means, let us know. If there's anything we have not talked about in previous, again, let us know. We're here for you. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments, and we will do our best to answer them for you. I think that's it. And that's all for this week. I hope everyone has a great Friday, and we'll see you next week.
Yes.
Bye, everybody. Happy Friday.